The main girl Shizuka finds an alien randomly, who came from planet Happy to spread happiness around, but his name was difficult so Shizuka names him TAKOPI. She feeds him leftover bread from school, so he tries giving her flappy wings in return which lets you fly, but Shizuka doesn't take it, saying it won't change anything. Next day she feeds TAKOPI again and keeps him hidden from the other kids from her school, while a girls group from her class, led by Marina, walks by and talks about how they broke Shizuka's paperboard. TAKOPI gives Shizuka a happy camera, a camera that takes pictures, in return for feeding him, but she doesn't take it either. They keep meeting and she keeps refusing to take anything. Then on day 6 she takes TAKOPI home and show her dog, Chappy. Shizuka's mother works a job as an escorter, and her father left her, so Chappy is the only one who keeps her happy. TAKOPI tells Shizuka that his goal is to make people happy, and would make her happy too no matter what. Next day she gets into a fight at school and was holding Chappy's dog collar, meaning Chappy died off-screen during that fight, while TAKOPI gives her a reconciliation ribbon gadget which can let two people become friends. This time Shizuka says she'll take it, while TAKOPI gives it to her, even though the gadget should only be used under the supervision of a Happy and according to the planet Happy rules. She leaves, and later TAKOPI goes to her house to check on her, but she had used the ribbon to hang herself to death. TAKOPI realizes she was dead, and takes it on himself that he didn't follow the rules of not handing other aliens your gadgets over, so he goes back to the Happy camera where he took a picture with Shizuka once, and puts it back in the camera to go back in time when the picture was taken. He decides to stay with Shizuka all the time, to understand why she did that, and try to fix it. He wears a happy flower, which would make other people see him as just a flower, and goes to her school with her. She forgets to do her homework, so TAKOPI figures out she killed herself because of not doing homework, so goes back in time and tells her all the answers. He starts helping Shizuka against all the bullying Marina was doing to her too, but one day Marina calls Shizuka behind school, so TAKOPI goes instead using the transformation palette gadget to try talking to her to resolve their fight. Suddenly Marina starts beating TAKOPI by calling Shizuka different names, and hits the eye with a pen. TAKOPI time travels back again and realizes Shizuka got beaten because she was doing better than before, which pissed Marina, and thinks that it's his fault for causing Shizuka trouble. The day again comes when Marina was going to beat Shizuka, but TAKOPI turns into Shizuka and asks a teacher for help, so only her face gets bruised. The class rep, Ozma, offers help but she doesn't take it, and tells TAKOPI that Marina bullies her because her father and Shizuka's mother got into a relationship which ruined Marina's family. Marina goes back home, and finds out her father had a fight with her mother again because he was going to spend time with Shizuka's mother, while Marina's mother beats Marina to release her frustration. Shizuka walks outside with TAKOPI and Chappy. Suddenly Marina appears and attacks Shizuka, which makes Chappy attack her, so the people around take Chappy away. TAKOPI realizes Shizuka kills herself because Chappy leaves her, so keeps going back in time again and again to try not to let her encounter Marina, but fails every time. Chappy ends up going to Shizuka's father's custody, while her mother doesn't really care and leaves for her job again. Marina was going to bully Shizuka again but Ozma stops her, but after school Marina takes Shizuka into the woods and remembers how Shizuka's mother was causing trouble in her family leading to her own mother beating her every day, so starts beating Shizuka to release her own frustration. Suddenly TAKOPI accidentally hits Marina with the happy camera, but the hit was fatal, and it kills Marina. The camera stops working because of the hit, while Shizuka realizes that Marina was dead. She was glad. She thanks TAKOPI for helping her, and starts leaving, but Ozma follows them there and finds Marina's dead body. Shizuka tells him everything, so Ozma says she'll get sent to a juvenile facility for her crime, but Shizuka asks for his help to fix the problem in any other way. He finds out about all of TAKOPI's gadgets, and hides Ozma's body in a memory box gadget, where you can keep anything inside in its original state, while TAKOPI uses the transformation palette to transform into Marina. Shizuka and Ozma bury Marina's dead body, and tell TAKOPI to act like Marina from now on. TAKOPI goes to Marina's home, where Marina's parents were fighting again, and Marina's father accidentally hit TAKOPI, but TAKOPI thought they were in love because they were talking a lot. Later they see Ozma's brother, Junya, who was doing a part-time job even though he can get enough money, and once bought a matching ring to match his girlfriend's. Shizuka suggests Ozma to just steal the ring for funsies, so at night he goes to Junya's room with TAKOPI to steal the ring, but Junya comes back to his room, so Ozma manages to escape with TAKOPI's flappy wings without getting the ring. He remembers that his mother always competed him and Junya in school grades, and only gave pancakes to the one who was better at studies. He always lost to Junya and failed to fulfill his mother's expectations, so now he starts crying again as he failed to fulfill Shizuka's expectations too. Then they start planning to take Shizuka's dog Chappy back from her father during the summer vacations, who was in Tokyo, while TAKOPI starts taking Marina's father's side more, so Marina's mother starts beating TAKOPI and says she isn't her daughter from before. TAKOPI realizes that Marina was bad to Shizuka but good to her family, so starts thinking of other ways of how things could have been solved. Meanwhile, the police find Marina's dead body. Ozma finds out and tells TAKOPI to turn back, and thinks about telling the police what happened, but Shizuka doesn't care and only thinks about getting Chappy back. Ozma takes responsibility for not hiding the body properly and not thinking everything through, and tries not to fail Shizuka's expectations again. Shizuka was asked questions by the police but she didn't tell the whole thing, while Ozma keeps thinking about keeping everything fine and fails to score almost 100 like before. Though his mother still gives him a pancake even though he couldn't get a perfect 100, as she doesn't expect anything from him anymore. He eats it but his body pukes it out. Then he meets Shizuka, who was going to get questioned by the police again. Ozma says that he'll do anything to help her, so Shizuka tells him to turn himself in her place so she can go find Chappy herself without worrying about the police. He remembers how his mother put expectations on him to get perfect grades like Junya and gave him glasses too, but he still failed after everything. Junya started hanging out, got a J word, and did every other thing he liked, and still he was better at studies than Ozma, who only focused on studies. Failure wasn't an option as he had to inherit his mother's clinic, where you have to deal with people's lives, so he started trying to help Shizuka to keep his class perfect, but she never listened. Then he went after her and Marina, where Shizuka finally believed in him to save her, so now he decides to help Shizuka by turning himself in. Next morning he starts going to the police station, but Junya stops him to ask what happened. Ozma couldn't hold it in anymore, and tells him about how he feels about him and his mother, so Junya says no one is perfect, including him. Ozma then ends up telling the truth that it was Shizuka who killed Marina. Shizuka doesn't care and goes to Tokyo herself herself with Takopi to find Chappy. She finds her father's apartment, but her father had already remarried and had 2 children, while Chappy was replaced by another dog. Her father refused to recognize her, so she was now alone with Takopi and thinks that her father's new family ate Chappy. She decides to split their stomachs open to check if they ate Chappy or not, and starts going with a gadget, but Takopi tells her that they should go back home. Shizuka loses hope in Takopi too, while Takopi realizes he saw Shizuka's those eyes once before too, and starts getting his lost memories back. Shizuka hits Takopi with a rock, while Takopi gets the memories back where he was in another timeline where he didn't meet Shizuka, but Marina instead, 6 years after he meets Shizuka in the current timeline. Marina was 15 or 16 years old, and had scars on her face from being her mother's punching bag. Takopi starts staying with Marina, while her mother had become a drug addict. Marina meets Ozma first time after elementary school, and both start dating, while Ozma's brother Junya had taken over their mother's clinic. Though one day, Shizuka started coming to that school too, and was famous for her suicide attempt where her rope broke. In current timeline she used the reconciliation ribbon gadget of Takopi for a successful suicide, but in that one, she used a normal rope that broke and failed to suicide. Ozma told Marina that he has loved Shizuka since elementary school and has to be with her as she has no one else anymore, and broke up with Marina. Marina came back home where her mother had already made food for her and Ozma, as he was supposed to have a family dinner with them, while Takopi went to get Ozma, but he was with Shizuka, confessing his love to her over Marina. Marina told her mother that Ozma liked someone else, so she thought that it was because of the face scar she gave her once, and got mad as she was trying to make everything better, but it was still going wrong. She was going to hit Marina with a glass bottle again, but Takopi came back and saw that Marina instead killed her mother herself. Marina wished that she should have had killed Shizuka back in 4th grade to let everything go well. Takopi grants it. He got in his spaceship and started going back to Planet Happy, while Marina killed herself. Takopi returned to Planet Happy and told the mother of all happy ends that he wanted to go back in time using the big happy clock to kill Shizuka, but she got a bit disappointed and started erasing its memory, as happy ends aren't supposed to do something evil. Though while still getting his memory erased, Takopi used the big happy clock, which is like a time machine, and went back in time with almost completely erased memory to the 4th grade year. He forgot who he wanted to meet, and hid in the playground where he met Shizuka in current time. Now, at present, Takopi comes back to the park and remembers that Shizuka was a good person too, and gets confused on whether to take Shizuka's or Marina's side. Suddenly Ozma comes there and finds Takopi. Takopi tells Ozma all about his lost memories, but he doesn't really get it, while Takopi tells him to look for Shizuka with him to help her, but Ozma refuses, as he can't see Shizuka and Takopi from now on. His mother went to bed because of stress, and his father came back, but the clinic was left alone for now. Takopi tells him not to leave as he doesn't know how emotions work with humans, and is still confused for Shizuka as she fed him, so Ozma tells him that all humans have something good and bad in them. Ozma sees himself as useless still, and was grateful for the time he spent with Takopi and Shizuka as he had fun, which is rare for him, then gives Takopi his happy camera back, and says he shouldn't have gotten involved with Shizuka as it only made things worse for everyone. Ozma was also now wearing the right contact glasses which Junya bought for him with his last paycheck, as he got fired from his job as his brother helped to kill her, and he might not be able to go to college either because of this record. Ozma then starts leaving, and tells Takopi that in case he manages to time travel back again, tell that Azuma to have better relations with Junya, and have a normal life. Time passes, and Shizuka makes the news that she kidnapped and probably killed her 2 stepsisters, as she wanted to check if they ate Chappy. She used the transformation palette gadget to disguise herself as someone else, to not get caught, and used other gadgets to do the killing. She comes back and Takopi finds her, while she says that she is going to the animal shelter to check if people ate Chappy there by splitting their stomachs open too, but Takopi says that she'll make people sad if she does that. She starts beating Takopi with a rock and tells him everything she has gone through, and asks what else would she have done instead, rather than spreading sadness. Though Takopi still accepts Shizuka and stays with her, and lets her have a breakdown she was keeping in. They both spend some more time together, then Takopi shows her the happy camera, and says he remembers one more feature of it thanks to getting his memories back again. He'll have to give his life, in return for going back to the time when the picture was taken, and can stay like subconsciousness to them, to guide them on what to do to make things better. Time goes back to when everything started, while Shizuka doesn't remember Takopi. He talks to her subconsciously in her brain, like those are just her thoughts, and also does the same to Marina and Ozma. Ozma starts having a normal brotherly relationship with Junya unlike before, and makes more friends by telling them that he has a PlayStation 4. He tries talking to Shizuka, but Takopi doesn't let it happen, so he just leaves with his other friends, without getting involved in her life. Marina bullies Shizuka again, but sees a drawing of Takopi Shizuka made unknowingly, so both start getting the memories that it's supposed to be a character whom you share everything with, and both start relating to it, and to each other. Takopi understands that he couldn't fix everything, as their families were still in a bad state, but hopes that they all become strong enough to solve everything themselves one day. Takopi finally leaves their consciousness, and dies forever. Finally, 6 years later, Chappy is still alive, while Marina has started sharing everything with Shizuka about her family. Then both see a pen that was shaped like a pen of a rabbit from Saturn, which Takopi used to talk about, but they can't remember why they know this.